Mr. Speaker.
Reno Chiricahua.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker. Tēnā koutou oku rangatira huru I raunei tō tātou whare. E tū tātou tautoko ana hau I tēnei pere, I tōna pānui tuarua. Kia koutou Ngāti Hineuru, nau mai, hara mai, piki mai, whakatau mai ki te whare pāramata e takatū nei. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Mr. Speaker, it's a pleasure to speak in support of this bill at its second reading. Sir, I was, it was a great honour to be on the Māori Affairs Committee when this bill was being considered and to travel up to the Hawke's Bay with our, well, it was actually only half the committee because we split on that particular day. But it's very important that we do travel to the takiwā, near enough to the takiwā involved so we can hear all the submitters, especially the hau kāinga. So it was it's always a pleasure. I've sat on a few treaty settlements in my time when I was on the committee. And sir, the issues are very much similar right across the board through every treaty settlement. And I guess that was evidenced by the submitters that came forward. But I'm pleased, sir, that the overwhelming majority of all the submitters were wholeheartedly in support of this bill. In particular, the neighbouring iwi in Maungahareru Tangitu. I was very pleased to see the support of the whole area because there is a lot of connections between those various iwi, and it goes back a long way. And just to remind this House, actually, for those that don't know where the country of Ngāti Hineuru is, it is actually it's probably not. It won't be accurate for me to give geographic points, but if you I could try, but I probably wouldn't be effective. But if you could picture those who are familiar driving on that on the highway from Taupo to Napier, from Tarawera onto the Napier on the Napier-Taupo highway, you go up to Te Haroto and over the saddle and down into the Hawke's Bay. So it's a massive area, sir. And I am well familiar with Te Haroto. I've actually been to Ngāti Hineuru. As a young child, I was in the Ratana band. We were up there for, it must have been a whakamoemiti or hui of great note, but I remember it very well, sir, because it was snowing and it was extremely cold, and I was there shivering in my uniform with my fellow band members and could hardly get out a note. It was that cold. So we didn't sound too good marching on. In fact, we were very quick marching on. Yes, so I do have fond memories of Te Haroto, even though it was mightily cold. Even from someone from the south, I do know what the cold is like, but it was certainly cold up there on that particular day. But sir, yes, just getting back to the submitters. Sir, there was a lot of local support. It was wonderful to hear those supportive submitters, and there were submitters such as Ngai Tahu, and I know our chair, we all perked up when we hear Ngai Tahu, but it's there's no connection to the southern Ngai Tahu. This is a hapu from up those ways, Pāhauwera, that's right, and we heard similar submissions when the Pāhauwera settlement was going through and the Maungahareru Tangitu settlement was going through in terms of who's included in what and who should be included on this. And it's always difficult when peoples are on those boundaries, or they all sort of all mix together or are intermingled. We heard those submitters, sir, and those matters were clearly dealt with in the Pāhauwera settlement and also in Maungahareru, and so it was very clear that Ngāti Hineuru definitely has their own grievances and their own settlement, so that was made clear to us. But I do acknowledge those Ngai Tahu submitters that were there to have their particular say, sir. So Ngāti Hineuru, sir, as I said, it's this vast geographical area, but it actually, it's been involved in 4 Waitangi tribunal inquiries. So we're talking about Tūhoe, we're talking about Taihape, we're talking about CNI, and one other, which is, there isn't, and so it's a vast area, sir. Mōhaka ki ahuriri, how could I forget? The main one. so sir, it is a vast geographical area in a Māori sense, in an iwi sense, and it's really gratifying to know that we are progressing this bill so Ngāti Hineuru can assert their identity, assert their mana, their tino rangatiratanga over their ancestral landscape and over their tribal whenua, sir. And I was pleased to note, sir, that Ngāti Hineuru, they don't muck around, sir. They are a very progressive iwi. They've been working very hard. So hard, sir, that they've even purchased a farm that was a right of first refusal in their deed of settlement, which would be expiring later this year, but I understand they've already taken up that right of first refusal and have purchased the Woodstock farm, which I'd prefer to use it's their maunga tapu. It's their maunga tapu, sir. So they've purchased quite a very large farm and adjoining forest lands, which are part of their maunga tapu. And it's wonderful that through this treaty settlements, through the cultural redress and commercial redress, they have already been able to activate those hard-fought gains that they've managed to achieve within their settlement to bring their whenua back to their people and to be able to stand on their own maunga. So, sir, I don't want to prolong my contribution, but I do support Ngāti Hineuru for travelling down today through the storms and the lightning and the thunder. They were able to make it here safely and to see this House support the safe passage of their bill, and I commend it at its second reading, and I commend the swift passage of this bill through the House. Kia ora tātou.